I know I'm kind of late tonight, but I got busy today and I didn't get a chance to get on this afternoon, so I thought I'd get on now. I hope that you can all join me. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the stamp set art gallery, which is my featured product of the week. If you order art gallery using the hostess code, I will send you a pack of our butterfly enamel, I guess spots or dots, but they're shaped like butterflies. So this is just a great set. It's got some really pretty designer series paper that goes with it, which I have some other cards that I'm going to show later using the DSP. But tonight I just thought I'd hop on and show you real quick the stamp set and the dies and just a quick little card here. So let's get started. Hi Judy, I see that you're here. Thanks for commenting. Okay, so the colors I'm going to use this evening are Petal Pink and, now I forgot, Terracotta. Terracotta tile. And then the flower is Bumblebee and So Saffron. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is fold our card base. Hi Jody. I can try to increase my volume, but I don't know. I did, so we'll see if that helps. I'll try to talk a little bit louder. So this is our card base, and it's going to be in terracotta. We're going to fold it in half. And use our bone folder. Perhaps if I can get it out of the basket, to make a nice crisp fold so that our card will lay flat. A bone folder is one of those essential things that you need for card making. So we're going to lay that aside. Next we're going to take our Petal Pink sheet of cardstock. If I can figure out where I laid it here. I had it just a moment ago. Here it is. And we have this new embossing folder. It's a paint textured embossing folder. Can you see how it looks like this was like painted and textured? I just think that looks so neat. So since it's a 3D one, we'll have to use the big embossing cut machine, which I'm not sure if it's even going to fit all into the camera. And we're going to use plate number 1 and plate number 4. It tells you right down here what to use for the 3D embossing folders. So we're going to put that in our machine. We're going to put our Petal Pink cardstock inside the embossing folder. We're going to put it through Hinge first. I'm just trying to get it up here so you can see a little bit better. Then I'm going to put the top embossing plate on, which is number 4. Move my stamp pads, and then I'm going to start rolling it through the machine. Which is moving my paper all around. So everything's going to be crooked now. Okay. I even hit my stand. So now I'm not sure if I'm even showing. Hold on. One of these days I'm going to make one of these where everything goes right the first time. Okay, so now I'm going to assume that everything, I'm just going to get up here and play with the camera and get it straight for you. Okay, so we're going to take this off. I don't even know how I could have gotten glue. Okay, I'm going to put this all away with the camera and get it straight for you. Okay, so we're going to take this off. I have to turn down my volume on my laptop or you'll get a feedback. Okay, so this is what it looks like after all the mess I made trying to get my big shot up here. This is what it's gonna look like. It just looks really like textured paint. And we're gonna, next, we're gonna make this flower. I'm just checking to see if anybody else is here. Okay, thanks, Judy. I'm glad you can hear it pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to need now, this is a photopolymer stamp set, so it's one of our clear ones. I just want to show you. And when we have a clear one, I like to put a little pad underneath. That just helps it to get a more even stamp. So this is something I just made out of fun foam. 2 pieces of fun foam stuck together. It just gives me a little bit of cushion. So we're first going to open up our So Saffron ink. Now I know that you think these look pretty pink because earlier today I did one with Mary Mallow. And so they got a little stain, but it doesn't hurt the stamps at all. They'll still stamp perfectly yellow when I stamp down here. Okay, you know, I had this all planned out. I had a piece of white. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the first part of this. This is a 2-step stamping set. The first step is going to be So Saffron. And I just stamped in Bumblebee. So let me get that off my stamp. Good thing I noticed. Okay, so I'm going to go to this side and stamp in my So Saffron first. Okay, so there's the So Saffron. Now I'm going to go to this other stamp that makes the darker lines in the flower. And I'm going to close my So Saffron so I don't get mixed up again. And I kind of take this one and I lay it here on top of this flower so I can see how it's going to line up. I line up all the edges. And then I take my block and I pick it up and I tap it on my ink pad. Now I don't know how well I'm going to do this on the camera because I can't look down over it without getting my head in there. So we're just going to go for it and hope that it looks good. So that came out pretty close. Next, on this same piece of paper, I am going to do the leaf and the stem. And I'm doing these in Mossy Meadow. just going to do this one up this way. Okay. So now, in order to cut this and not make such a big mess like I did with my big shot, with my big stamp emboss machine, I'm going to bring in my mini one. Look at how cute this is. It's so cute. So, I'm going to have to cut my paper just a little to fit in there. Because I just grabbed a piece of scrap white. So that will fit right on there. And then I'm going to take the dies, which here is the one for the flower, and I'm going to line it up. Now, because I know my luck, I am going to take a Post-it note and I'm going to have it hold that die in place. You can also use some washi tape, some painter's tape, anything that's not going to tear up your paper when you take it off after you're finished. So that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to take the sticky part of the Post-it note and I'm going to put it right down on there so that it goes over both edges. Oh, I got to get it straight so that it'll go through the machine. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same for the leaves. Here's the die for the leaves. I'm going to line it up. Okay, that looks pretty close right there. I'm going to take my Post-it note. Now you can use these Post-it, if you're doing a lot of different cards, you can use your Post-it notes over and over. And I'm going to put it on there straight and hold it down. Then I'm going to put the top plate back onto my sandwich here, and I'm going to roll it through. This one's so much nicer. I'm hoping that you can see the whole thing on my camera. Today's the first day that I've actually used it because I got it right before Christmas, but it's just been sitting there waiting for me to use. So let's see how it did. Here's my flower. And here are my leaves. Now I kind of missed it a little bit, which that's just me because that happens to me. So I'm just going to trim a little bit of this leaf over here. I should have did better. It's kind of hard to see when you can't look right over the top of it because I didn't think you wanted to see the top of my head. I like two-step stamping too, Jody. It really gives it a different feel, like it's almost a 3D picture. Okay, so now I have my painted texture here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this to hold my stem. I want to see how it's going to look. I kind of want to put this stem right there in that spot. I'm going to put like this leaf on top. I'm going to put some of our larger dimensionals on the back of this one because I want it to pop up. So I'm going to put one here, and probably one on each leaf just so it gets a good adhesive spot because of how textured this is. I don't know why on my laptop it keeps moving so I can't see comments. Okay, so let me get this one on this leaf. Now, if you have a hard time getting the backs of these off, if you get the pick a tool and you put it on the paper piercing edge, you can use it to just, when you're not on camera, just gently pick up the papers off of them. And sometimes it's easier than trying to pick them off with your fingernails. So they're very sticky. Okay, okay, there we go. Now we're going to put this flower on our card. I'm going to kind of put it at an angle a little bit. Now we're ready to use our stamp and seal and put this onto the card base. I have one of those dimensional things stuck on here from static electricity. Okay, we're going to put some here. Just some tape. I'm sorry, stamp and seal. The thing about the stamp and seal is it doesn't make a noise like the Tombow did, so sometimes it's hard to tell if you're actually getting some tape on there. But I did, if you can see that it's shiny. Then I'm going to adhere this to my card base. Now we're just going to put a little thank you down here, and it's got the cutest little frame that comes with these framelits to do the words. Isn't that cute? So we have the thank you all ready to go, and we're going to use terracotta tile to match our card base. And if we can find it, we're going to use the piece of Whisper White that we used to cut the flowers out on. Here we go. And we're going to stamp. You try to get as straight as you can, but you can always fix it with your framelit. So I'll show you the example. I stamped that pretty crooked. So it won't matter because I'm going to put the framelit on crooked. And let me find one of those Post-it notes I just used. And I'm going to hold it on there. Well, I guess I should have waited till I got my mini embossing cut machine with my plates, number 1 and number 2. I'm going to lay this down here, fix my frame up again. You know what I forgot? I forgot to put this underneath it. You need 3. You need a number 1 and 2 number 2s. So here's number 1, number 2. I'm so glad that they numbered them. They're just so easier to remember now since they're numbered. No matter how much I practice these, I still get things all turned around. Okay. Put my Post-it note down. Put the top of my Big Shot. My Stampin' Box. It's going to take me a long time to switch the name. The Stampin' Embossing Cut Machine. Put my other sandwich on there and roll it through. Take all these off and get out my little thank you. And for this, I'm going to just pop it up with one of our smaller dimensionals, the mini dimensional that I have right here. I just need one this time, I think. I'm going to put it right in the middle. Get my pick tool again. Pick off the paper. And I'm just going to kind of stick it down here in the corner. Okay, now my laptop completely quit working, so I'm just hoping that I'm still connected with my phone. I do not have very good internet here. Now, since I've been going through my stuff to find things for my mystery boxes, I find that I have so many embellishments and so much ribbon that I never used. So now I'm going to try to put some bling on every one. So I have these pearls here. And I'm just going to put one pearl just to maybe look like a little water drop. Now on the inside, what I did is I took some of the DSP that comes with it, just to put some flowers on the inside. There's the terracotta and the So Saffron and the mellow mossy meadow. Thanks so much for joining me. Stay tuned tomorrow because Wednesday is weekly tip day and I'll have a tip for you. Thanks for joining me. Bye.